Austin, Texas country, it's KOKE FM. Eric Rains, live from our KOKE FM studios. Proud to have one of my favorite people in the world hanging out with us, Adam Hood. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, Eric Rains. How you doing?
I'm great. I saw, or I guess earlier this week, you posted something online, and I said, come visit me in the studio.
Thank you for doing that.
And here you are.
I know, right? I'm not going to say no.
By the way, River Road Ice House tonight.
Yes, correct. Thank you.
What time do you start? Do you know?
You know what?
When you get on stage.
That's right. I'll start. I think it's like 9-ish or something like that.
All right.
Watch. It's probably like at 6 or something.
So did you drive down here? Do you fly? How does that work?
We drove. Okay, so I've got the band with me on this run. So we were in Wednesday. We were in Waco. Thursday. That was last night. We were in Dallas at the Lava Cantina, so north of Dallas. And then tonight, River Road. Tomorrow night, the Dirty South in Angleton, Texas, and then we go home. But we drive, like, the guys will pick me up. We live in Tuscaloosa, so I'm about 3 hours south of Nashville. So they're all three in Nashville. So they just swing through, pick me up, and we usually stay with the Lamberts. Like, we'll leave in the evening and just, they've got.
What Lamberts?
Miranda's parents.
Oh,
Rick
okay.
and Beverly Lambert.
Oh, all right.
So they've got all these areas
we
that, like.
stay with the Lamberts.
Yes, we stay with the Lamberts. I don't know if you know this. I know the Lamberts.
You've written a bunch with the Lamberts, though.
I feel like I have. Yeah, I've written more than I've written a lot of songs. I wonder how many of them are good, though. You know what I mean?
Man, don't say that.
I know.
You're being humble. This guy, if you've never listened to him or watched him before, is one of my favorite people. And we always talk about the holds and the songs that you've written for other people. But one of the coolest things that I got to see you do, and I just got to watch it online. I wasn't there in person. And I think you've done it twice now since we've talked. You played the Opry, which is a bucket list for a lot of people. And you got to do that. Talk about that experience.
Man. So I hadn't seen you since I played the Opry?
I have not seen you.
Oh,
and I was so proud because if anybody needs to play the Grand Ole Opry and deserves to play it, it's my buddy Adam Hood.
Thank you. I appreciate that. The cool thing was, like, I don't know if you noticed, but, like, Jason Eady played it, Caitlin Butts played it, Mike Ryan played it, Josh Ward played it, like a bunch of guys, like, you know, men and women in our little social circle, our Texas music scene, Americana music scene, you know, started playing the Opry kind of starting in September. So my first one was October 22nd, and then I went back and played like February 24th. And then my buddy Channing Wilson played February 25th. And so, like, number one, it's the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. I can say that that's the experience that if I can pin it on the time where everything changed, that the Opry is the time when everything changed. Like, you can tell that, like, there's a welcoming that's there. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you play the Opry and the phone rings and it's different people calling. You know what I mean? So it's a cool opportunity. They're really nice. And, you know, Jason and I were laughing about it the other day. I mean, it's you just send an email and go, hey, I'm going to be in town, so-and-so and so-and-so. Okay, well, can you be here this night? Sure. And so I said, it's just that easy. And I said, well, wait a minute. It took 30 years.
No, that's
30 years to get this email done.
And for a lot of people, it is their bucket list.
Yeah, it
I
is.
mean, I had a conversation earlier this week with Bob Cole about bucket list things. He's like, I don't want to make a bucket list. So goals, bucket list, career aspirations, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
That's one that a lot of people had. Now, you played the Opry, you played the Ryman.
I did the Opry.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, and it wasn't even in my scope. Like, it wasn't even anything that we had planned on doing. I just woke up one day and the offer was there. You know what I mean? And so it was pretty surreal for a little while. You know, the first show was, I was just kind of on autopilot because everyone around me was weeping. You know what I mean? And so I just had to kind of keep my head down and make sure I don't forget the words. But the second one was the one where it sort of, I let it sink in a little bit, kind of walked onto the stage and opened my eyes and looked around and saw the room I was in.
Dumb question. Nerves, anxiety when you're doing something like that and you know it's a big one. And it's a big one, not just for you, but for your family and your friends that are around you and show up. They want that moment to be as special for you as it is for them.
Right. And there's so many, and the funny thing is, like, you're right, there's so many people that kind of deserve to share in this. My children should be there. My wife should be there. My mother should be there, you know. So, but at the same time, my mother's there, and my children are there, my wife's there, my manager's there. So, that part of it is a lot. I mean, the nerves are, I don't feel like I really got nervous because, number one, the band, you can play with the Opry band, and I mean, those guys are, it's like playing with the record. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like somebody press play, and you just kind of lip sync along.
Do you send them a copy of the songs that you want to do, or do you have to send them actual charts?
Yes, you send them a copy. They do the charts themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's when you know you're pro.
That's right, yeah. Nah, we'll take care of the charts. Don't you worry about it. You just send us the song.
And it sounds just like the record.
I mean, it's perfect.
What did you end up playing on the Opry? You get 2 songs, right?
I did the first, in the October one, I think I did 3. So I did, oh, Lord, what did I do?
Oh, I play the Opry so many times, I've already forgot.
I can't even remember. It's so silly. I think I did Way Too Long. I did Way Too Long. And Harder Stuff. And one more the first night.
Harder Stuff, the one you did, that was with Miranda, right?
Right, yeah, she sang on that one. Yeah. I sang, the last time I was here, I sang that. That record wasn't even out then. I guess it was a single, but the record wasn't out then.
Yeah.
So. But then the second time, I did Speed of the South, which is on Bad Days Better, and that song You Love Me Like That, which we released that one as just a separate single. I mean, I had it.
Was that one of your DSPs?
It was one of my DSP exclusives, yes.
Your digital streaming platform?
Yes. What's your opinion on that?
On when people release those?
Yeah.
For radio, I think sometimes it confuses. I've finally gotten used to it.
Really?
And what if DSP? So an artist will release a song as a radio single.
Right.
But they'll sometimes also release another song to just the streaming platforms, knowing, and I get it, and I don't fight it because you guys are hustling to get anybody to listen to your music. But there are some people that listen to digital, the Spotify, Amazon, whatever the case is, they don't listen to the radio.
I know.
So however they get to consume your music, it used to bother me a little bit. Now I get it's, man, you guys are hustling to get any kind of people to come under the tent, so whatever it takes. I'm okay with it.
Well, thanks for understanding, because it really, I mean, it's complicated matters. You know what I mean? And
so is this the single, or is this one the one?
I mean, they are, but none of them are. I mean, case in point, I mean, we re-recorded the Different Groove record. So 22 Days is out as a single on DSPs, the new version of it. But then Can't Stand Leaving is on the last record, the new single on the last record, and this is the one that playing on Texas radio. And it's doing really well, by the way.
You and Miss Courtney?
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, because it's really doing well. Like it was like it had the highest jump last week, I think.
Good song.
Thanks.
I've noticed that your songs now, when you release a song, the scene is putting it in rotation.
I'm glad.
Funny how that happens. You said it took you 30 years to get to a point where the phone rings a little bit different.
That's right. It's true.
Hanging out Adam Hood. We'll talk all day because I love you, man. But I love to hear you play. For people that haven't heard you play that new guitar you got there.
I know.
It sounds good.
Thanks, buddy.
What are you going to do for us?
Can I do Can't Stand Leaving?
I would love to hear you do that.
All right, here we go. Ain't it such a perpetual motion, from sunshine to leaves hit the ground? Lightning's crashing, I can't hold it, I keep going only where I know how. It's like I'm dying, making this a living, but faith is blind when you're looking for forgiveness. Living a dream, you better believe it. I'm on a run and I can't stand leaving. I'm on a run and I can't stand leaving. Every morning, looking at you, baby, I fall harder every time. Every storm that I go through, you're the reason I get out alive. Well, it's like dying, making this a living, but faith is blind when you're looking for forgiveness. Living a dream, you better believe it. I'm on the run and I can't stand leaving. I'm on a run and I can't stand leaving. Well, it's like dying, making this a living, but faith is blind when you're looking for forgiveness. Living a dream, you better believe it. I'm on a run and I can't stand leaving. I'm on a run and I can't stand leaving. Oh, and I can't stand leaving.
Yeah. I'm clapping,
Thank you, sir.
man. Listen to that crowd go wild that's listening out there.
Thank you, audience.